Всем привет! Меня зовут Мульдер, и я студент первого курса Chinese University of Hong Kong. Мы снимаем эту серию видео для того, чтобы дать совет выпускникам о том, как нужно писать их personal statement или motivational letter в университет. Очень часто к нам поступают такие сообщения, как лучше написать personal statement, как раскрыть себя, как преподнести ту или иную жизненную ситуацию, историю или навык. Поэтому мы решили зачитать образцы успешных эссе тех студентов, которые поступили в университеты Азии, Америки и Канады. Первое эссе отвечает на вопрос. Some students have a background, identity, interest, or talent that is so meaningful they believe their application would be incomplete without it. If this sounds like you, then please share your story. Эссе должно быть не больше, чем 650 слов и раскрыть вас через свою историю. Образец эссе. My fingers slide along the violin strings, playing Shradix exercises for 2 hours straight, creating a warm tingling on my finger pads. I am thinking about nothing but music. That is a lie. I am annoyed by my pinkish shortness producing a false sound. 8-year-old me had no idea what an impact violin would have on my life. It was autumn of 2008 when my mom bought me my first violin. I had to begin with 2 hours of practice per day to succeed. I used to take my old Nokia phone and set the timer for 2 hours. Scales, etudes, suites, my repertoire expanded every week until I realized that I didn't need to set my timer anymore. I was simply playing until I was satisfied with the sound of my music. It took 4 to 5 hours every day. Violin made me hardworking, instilled in me a keen sense of focus, and taught me to strive for perfection in everything I do. In 2011, I took part in my first solo competition among violinists in Astana. I still remember my excitement and anxiety. I thought my fingers would freeze and my mind would go utterly blank on stage, but as soon as the bow touched string, my surroundings do not matter anymore. Everything except me and my violin sink into nowhere, and I feel like I'm playing only for a few seconds. These annual performances taught me how to be brave and self-confident in public. 3 years later, my concertmaster, whose role was to accompany my playing with piano, explained that even when I play solo, I'm never truly alone on stage. She told me that we, concertmaster and violinist, were always together, combining our music in one big, indivisible whole. I have never played so well. After that, I succeeded in new forms of performances, duets and ensembles, and it was truly wonderful to feel part of something bigger, to contribute to the creation of beautiful music. When 13 people play together, every single note matters because you need to sound like one person. This is how I learned to work together and listen to others. Reflecting on past years, I realized that the moments I waited for the most were when I got my repertoire that I would play the next year. Millions of tiny sparkling stars rose in my stomach and spread to my whole body like lemonade, creating a fizzy feeling of excitement, because here they were, pieces of paper which would lead to calluses, sleepless nights, and eventually victorious satisfaction. Reading compositions for the first time was like looking at Chinese hieroglyphs, and I would become overwhelmed with a desire to learn how to play them. Music sheets made me feel less when facing challenges and revealed to me that everything is possible and understandable with concentration and hard work. This excitement is similar to what I feel while studying biology. At first sight, its complexity and intricacy forces me to dive in to learn every detail. I do it through music. Cultivate cancer cells by treating the pipette as carefully as you place your bow on the string. Play piano for trypsin to detach cells from the surface of a flask. Forte for the centrifuge to separate media and cells. Place it in an incubator, and bravo, here it is, a cancer cell colony, the form of life, as continuous and bewitching as a continuous melody. Although my greatest passion now lies in science, I will never forget about my violin because my philosophy emerged from this experience. Concentrate, never give up, and always be eager to learn new things. My fingers slide along the violin strings, creating a warm tingling on my finger pads, while I thank my violin as the truest companion and the best mentor in my life.